Thanks for joining us here on Fox Netball. A terrific Sunday afternoon up here on the Sunshine Coast, and the Lightning will host the Giants to round out round 11 as we draw very close to the end of this season, and the ladder continuing to shape. The Woolworths team cards and the Giants, Sharon Finnam-White joining me. There's their lineup. Talk me through it.
Jo Harton, Sophie Dwyer in goals as expected. Hay, Flick Price and Sly go through that mid-court. Jodie Ward and Matilda McDonald, and as I mentioned earlier, Erin O'Brien on the bench. Matilda gets the start today.
So no Matisse Leatherbarrow out with injury, foot injury, so they potentially will miss her. Harton and Sophie Dwyer will be expected to get this right today. As for the Lightning, Conan and Fretwell, the captain, continue their formidable ways. Watson, Maimai and Cassidy through the middle. Maimai having a terrific season. Cassidy been good the last couple of weeks. And then this defence end, Hinchliffe and Irvin with one of the world's greatest in Bruce sitting on the bench. And we've been told it's 30 minutes of court time for Courtney Bruce, potentially a little bit more. So both sides wanting to get back on the winners list. Terrific crowd in at UniSC. And it's all about a strong start. Belinda Reynolds, the coach of the Lightning, telling us it's about getting the winning ways early. So we'll see how that plays out. The Giants get us underway in the black strip. They're away strip heading to your left of screen. And Jamie Lee Price just in absolute season best form for the Giants, been leading the way.
Beautiful front hold there from Jo Harton, so getting that first one under her belt.
Oh, Jodie Ann Wardle, that's what Julie Fitzgerald will want from her defence, to get hungry early. It's a penalty call though, but it will give the Lightning something to think about. A miss from Conan, the deflection. So up and about early, Sharon, are the Giants.
Absolutely, and that's exactly how their coach will want them to start. Get some early turnovers and some points on the board.
Well, they need the conversion at the other end, don't they? Hay has to wait for Dwyer. Still playing around with it, the Giants. Post up and take the shot, I say. And they do.
Absolutely, and again, the front hold from Harton there. She knows that Irvin's going to be strong in the air, so they're playing smart netball down there.
Jamie Lee Price used the height and the depth. Harton got a flash of excitement. Pops into the pocket for Hay, over the top, but forgot about the tall timber in Ash Irvin. And a clean intercept to the new Australian Diamond squad member. Maimai, beautifully to the left-hand side of the baseline, finds Conan. The Lightning open up their account.
That's that classic movement we see from Cara Conan time and time again along that baseline.
And you imagine defenders absolutely know about it. The Harvey Norman replay showing Irvin's moment. But Conan is the master of the baseline, even when unbelievably covered by defence. So Steph Fretwell now gets one on the board. Hay. And Sophie Dwyer. Just feel like every time the Giants hit the circle edge, they're waiting for something to happen. There's a bit of a delay in the setup. Go down to Kira Tromp on that one. Each time we come down the other end of the court.
Contact, goal defence, just outside. This.
The penalty to be set outside the circle. Ward again. So certainly letting the opposition know about her presence.
Goal defence obstruction, not three.
Steps in, Fretwell takes the shot. Kira on the sideline with us. The Giants finding their way to circle edge, but when they get there, Harton and Dwyer not necessarily immediately set up.
Yeah, interesting, Sue, you picked up on that. Giants are actually the slowest in the competition on scoring average time between goals, so really overusing the ball and probably find themselves in positions where they probably need to look to the post a lot sooner.
That can certainly play out over a 60-minute period and potentially put some fatigue and extra opportunities for the opposition defence. Fretwell, nice little movement from Maimai to get ball side.
Just a step back in the 2.
Great swing of the ball there, just getting defenders' heads turning.
Yeah.
There you go. Confidence in the shot from Fretwell. So after the Giants had the sneaky little 2-goal lead, we're back to level pegging. Irvin. So a positional switch here. Hinchliffe out on Harton. Lovely cut from Dwyer. Really off balances. They get there in the end. So we'll keep our eye on the goal circle and their patterns of play as this game unfolds.
Interesting, Sue, to note that the Sunshine Coast Lightning have the most feeds without an attempt. So they are feeding the ball in, but they're also overusing the ball and turning it over. So 2 similar type setups at both ends of the court.
It's interesting, isn't it? 2 moving circles, Sharon. In theory, though, Harton can be a poster as she swings that bullet-like across the circle, and then you see just the delay to find. Now Harton wants to go again, cleverly gets herself closer to the post.
Contact.
Yeah, she's such a smart player, isn't she? I mean, you know, she's a veteran of the game, and I think as you get older, you don't necessarily have to be as quick, you're just a lot smarter.
Is that because the body won't move? Who knows?
Something like that.
Well, out of court, says the umpire. So Conan takes it a little too far on the baseline. Hay, nice and deep. Nothing on for Dwyer.
Goal defense.
Harton it out. Into the space ambitiously. The hustle, though. Well, Sligo got a little tip on that one and kept ball in play.
We talked earlier, before we come on to commentary, about how important those 1%ers are. So every little game ball is going to be vital.
Giants.
Sligo there taking a shoulder from Conan. It was on the line, doing exactly what she needed to in that moment. There you go on the Harvey Norman replay. Hay has to swing again, so the defensive pressure on point, and then on point again, Irvin.
Ash Irvin.
My goodness, well, the big reach from Irvin. 2 intercepts in the first 6 minutes of this game. Long open shoulder pass finds Conan from Cassidy. My, patiently awaits Fretwell. She'll go again. Look at the battle Conan is.
I was just about to say that. Tilly McDonald giving close attention to Conan, but she knows she's going to have to play like that to get on top of her.
Absolutely extraordinary Kira Tromp from Ash Irvin.
The footwork from Ash Irvin to get up, but it was the 6 repeat efforts that the ball went in and out of the circle and she was able to stay in play. A fantastic pick-up by Ash Irvin.
Yeah. Contact in the landing space. Up with me.
Back of play, Ava Black just sneaking on to the court as Cassidy takes a breather. I'm going to tell you folks, keep your eyes on Sligo, wing defence for the Giants. G. Ward takes that one, and Liz Watson. We're only 7 minutes into this game, and it is getting feisty. Irvin with her 3rd intercept.
Contact.
Unbelievable. Ash Irvin is already on 34 Nissan net points in 8 minutes of netball. Sharon.
I'm speechless.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. She is such a player of the future.
The Giants need to adjust, though. Surely they understand that
Contact centre.
you can't go directly over the top of Irvin at the moment with a flat pass.
Well, I think a little bit of a fake just to draw her one way and get her off the ball.
Contact. Wing.
Ava Black making her presence known. Dwyer, front. Giants still sitting in front. They could have been a lot further ahead. Irvin keeping the Lightning in the game here. Lovely second phase, Dwyer. Harton out again. Trying to work their way through. This time Harton says enough.
That is obstruction, keeper.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's doing the work out there. She's the leader. She's the one that they're looking to stand up down that end.
Joe Harton, 7 straight.
We saw Conan in there unattended. Just not quick enough to get the ball there, and eventually it gets into her hands.
So 2 the difference. Linda Reynolds mentioned to Kira Tromp in the pre-game interview about getting on winning terms a little earlier in the game. At the moment, they are trailing, but Irvin has taken 3 intercepts now, 1 rebound and 1 deflection.
Quick defense, contact, advantage offside. Goalkeeper, contact, goalkeeper.
Tilly McDonald just forcing her body into Conan, arms outstretched, so she's going to have to be careful. She wants to stay in play.
So Jo Harton, well, that was an interesting. I'm going to talk you through this one. Jo Harton walked over to the umpire to get her attention that it was a tactical timeout and actually walked offside for it to happen. The umpire was sort of looking at her as if to say, don't come offside. However, they've called the HCF tactical timeout. Giants leading by 1. Let's hear from Julie Fitzgerald.
That was going to be an issue. Get that ball up, clear those arms down there, okay? It's the only time you look like you've been in trouble. I think we've got 2 aims come off that time.
Yeah, we spoke to that. And you're that side, let's play the same, the short side. So fake that and then just give the short back to you, yeah?
A tiny bit more and have you work under the post. But that means we need help to the business.
So always on the pound. Yeah.
And then try and push them out wide. So Amy and Jamie will do the work in the middle, but you're going to push them out wide, okay?
So I'll try and push her at least to the left side so then we can play sides.
Last 5 minutes, what do we do?
All right, there you go. So a lot of energy in the Giants huddle, but that's because this lady on screen has had one of the most impressive 10 minutes or 9.5 minutes of netball. Ash Irvin, take a look at this package. She's had a deflection, intercept Sharon Finan-White straight into her hands, a little simply. Another one, and then there was one further one and a big rebound.
Well, we heard the Giants coach talk about using the fakes, exactly what we said earlier. They need to draw her off the ball.
Yeah, but you want your players to respond to that a little earlier.
Absolutely, absolutely.
3 intercepts later. Anyhow, let's see if the lesson is learned. There you go, lovely offload into the backspace, quick and easy to the post for Jo Hart. And Kira, what was happening down in your land?
Yeah, Belinda Reynolds really happy, Sue, with the intent from the defenders out there gaining ball. She loved the fact that they were starting in front. She did have a quiet word with Steph Fretwell, pardon me, just asking her to really craft 7 goals during this super shot period. So we do know that they have a certain number. They're looking to hit an extra 7 at the end of this quarter.
All right, well, you keep your counting beads out. There's another deflection to a gain for Ash Irvin. Absolutely monstering the Giant shooting circle at the moment. Incredible stuff. And then the conversion down the other end puts the Lightning in front for the first time this game, 12-11.
Return the ball.
As the umpire just asked for that ball to be returned. There's your Nissan Net Points powered by E-Power. Somehow Price is at the top, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. You just expect Irvin to be all over it, but she has had a turnover.
Well, the Lightning defenders, just looking at the stats, don't have as many penalties as the Giants. The Giants have already racked up 9 between them in that circle. So they're playing really clean, disciplined netball in that defensive circle for the Lightning.
So a 2-goal break now to the home side. Good defensive pressure. You can see them in the box structure here. Have a look at this. The zone right through the court. Cleverly, they go over the top through Ward. Ash Irvin is all over Hartman. Hartman just stopped there.
She needs to keep going, not look for the umpire's reaction. Just keep going.
So in the power 5, the first Suncorp super shot drops for the for the Giants, should I say. Fretwell at the other end does the same thing, contributing towards that 7 margin, should I say, that we heard the coach talk about. Strong take, Price. Now Dwyer steadies, big, high, and drops through. Gee, it's been a weekend of Suncorp Super Shorts. The Confident Girls Foundation will be absolutely loving this $100 donated by Suncorp every time one of them drops.
Go attack, you're causing that.
Steph Fretwell, they're just dropping the shoulder a little bit to try and stop Jodie Ann Ward.
Harton quick to the pocket.
There's that quick release we spoke about, Sue. They need more of that.
And miles away from that serve, and more importantly.
Yeah.
Harton still working around. Dwyer's taken a knock to the nose from Irvin's elbow. Play on though, says Joe Harton. So keeping the Giants' nose in front here, and it is now their centre pass. Do they take the 1 or 2 here? Are they attacking this game? They are, through the hand of Harton. Big double super shot moment for the Giants. Game 401 from Julie Fitzgerald, and a sneaky little smile amongst it.
You see Cara Conan come out for that second phase. She is first overall for second phase receives at 132 throughout the whole season. So the Giants hopefully will pick up on that and really shut that down.
Conan choosing not to use her super shot prowess from warm-up in that moment. Cleverly. Price keeps in play. Dwyer again for 4 straight. Throw into the Lightning.
They are under all sorts of pressure down there from this Lightning defensive unit. Not looking comfortable at all.
Contact the call here on Price. Black quickly, my, out in the outstretch. Beautifully through the middle corridor here, the Lightning. And then the open space for Conan. So end-to-end stuff. And a chance now, there you go. They're on 6, so they need 1 more. And potentially they'll be happy, Kira.
Oh, Ava Black, strong onto the ball.
Fretwell deliberately moved back into super shot territory and then well boxed out by Jodie Ann Ward. So yet to hit that 7 margin with 49 seconds on the clock. Hay and Harton. Oh, it's just catchy.
Oh, unlucky from Harton. She was about to go in and just popped out at the last minute. She was shooting over some big hands there with Irvin.
Plenty of time here for the Lightning to score. The question is, 1 or a 2? There's your answer. 18-19, 18 seconds here for the Giants to get this right. Price deep into the pocket. Harton covered. Dwyer to the top. Plenty of time. Steadies. Oh, brilliant stuff from Sophie Dwyer. Suncorp super shot, putting them to a 3-goal lead. And they have just set the scene for this game, the Giants, haven't they? They are going to do what they do formidably well, and that is attack the super shot period. They take the first quarter, hasn't been their strongest part of their game so far this season, and they'll head into the break with some absolute confidence.
Welcome back to the quarter time break, thanks to Origin Energy, where we see the Giants leading the Lightning by 3 goals. Welcome to the Sunshine Coast, and thanks for joining us, Australian Diamonds coach Stacey Marenkovic. We've got a really exciting test match coming up, our old rivals England. The last time you met, a 20-goal win and a clean sweep of the Netball Nations Cup. How do you see us as a 20-goal better team than England?
Well, I'd like to, but the realistic nature is there's hugely competitive. Squads have changed. We're all building towards what will be our home World Cup, and yeah, I think we've just got to clear the slate and get back to what we know works best, and then challenge it against what they put out there.
And international netball back on home soil, how exciting is that for the fans?
It's amazing. I think when I first came into the role, we were away all the time, and to be able to have so many games now at home, I think it's going to be great. It gets netball on the map, and it really gets the excitement around the group.
And obviously a new Diamond squad being named. We've got some young emerging talent. We've seen Ash Irvine out on court tonight just dominating. How exciting is that for you in terms of your preparations?
Yeah, getting the blend right of that experience and youth is really important to us, and they're standing up and grabbing the attention of everyone. So yeah, it's exciting that they'll have energy and they'll make it really competitive.
Well, Stacey, we're all behind you and all the best for the international season coming up.
Yeah, how exciting is that? Good on you, Kira. Well done, Stacey Marinkovic. We've still got the exciting end of Suncorp Super Netball to unfold, but then we get right geared up for the international season with all games coming away, should I say, right on live on Fox Sports and KO. So, gee, plenty of netball still to play out in 2024. Back to this game, and the Giants, well, they shot their way to the front in the opening quarter, 21 to 18.
No, in the two, where she was.
Off the back of 5 super shots from 7 between Harton and Wyatt.
That was a well-placed ball there from Jamie Lee Price over the hands of Irvin. Great challenge from Maddie Hay there.
Watson. Diamond's captain to take the throw, and it's a little touch from Dwyer. The crumbs to the Lightning, though. Fretwell, quick offload. How is it that they get shooter to shooter so easy? It's brilliant.
I think it's just that quick release, Sue, isn't it? It's really, they just turn side each other and then just give it.
That comes from years of playing together both domestically and on the international scene.
Goalkeeper contact.
Price and Dwyer.
Got defence contact.
Quick ball work. And then the penalty under the post for Joe Harton. Tracking beautifully, just the one super shot miss, but 10 straight otherwise. Ward, well covered on Fretwell. Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff, Ward. Her footwork in that moment.
She's so athletic, isn't she? She's just amazing to watch. And again, backing up through the midcourt.
Well, I was going to say ambitious because it was exactly the sort of pass that Irvin had intercepted 3 times prior. But that one beat her. I was just going to say, Jodie Ann Ward last week had 59.5 innocent net points, well above her season average of 34. And really tracking along well here today, sitting at 26 already. In the meantime now, Lightning. Conan, look at her work rate on the baseline, changing direction.
Watson, great balance from the captain of this Diamonds.
The 1%ers, Ava Black at the line.
Yep.
So the Lightning take the Giants centre pass. Jamie Lee Price is now questioning that it is her centre pass. She's got that wrong. The umpires have checked, clarified.
Lightning, sideline.
So well within her rights to seek clarity from the umpire. It was well handled on all accounts.
Contact centre.
Conan, backspace. McDonald.
Contact.
Good footwork to cover.
Goal defence, contact.
So a few penalties there creeping in on the Giants' defence.
I think McDonald's doing a really good job with her. As you mentioned, her footwork there, and really just forcing the Lightning to look elsewhere from Conan. Just that last-minute opening.
The Lightning defence continuing to create opportunities as they fly through court on transition.
Contact, please.
Big, strong take from Conan. The iconic step back from Steph Fretwell. Brings the Lightning back to 1 with their centre pass to follow. And Kira Tromp, the momentum starting to swing here.
You can feel it in the stadium, Sue, the crowd starting to get involved. Just the connection has seemed to be a bit off timing-wise for the Lightning tonight, not able to find each other on the first move.
Well, they certainly sorted that out in that occasion. Conan quick to retreat to the circle to get another shooter-to-shooter pass. And Harvey Norman replay, look at that, straight to Fretwell and then the open space at the post. Harton met by Hitchcliffe, opens up that goal line there for Dwyer. So Well, the scoreline this quarter at 6-4, the way of the Sunshine Coast.
There's contact and offside, centre. Contact all the time.
Yeah, good pressure there from circle defenders, really working together to force that error.
Yes.
They really need to get that down there and score off this.
Watson out of play. Jodie Ann Ward pointing go long, and they do. Sliger to Harton. So 4 passes and they're down to Dwyer.
Offside, wing the game.
Backspace, Irvin again. Just incredible. Well, if the Giants don't realise that they need to execute a pass off one hand, I don't know what else to do for them.
Sue, that was all the chat during the quarter time break from Jo Harton. She spoke to her team about getting the ball, using it, and making sure they use a fake. But at the moment, they're putting it into the hand of Ash Irvin. That's what they were thinking down there.
And let's not take anything away from Irvin, Sharon Finn and White, because Irvin could simply drop back to the player, but she's actually attacking the pass and it's coming off.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's exactly what she's doing really well. Oh, as we see, another intercept for the Lightning. Ava Black comes on and makes a huge impact.
Centre contact.
So the Nissa net points. Here's our match leaders, powered by E-Power. Irvin up at 54, and rightly so. Simply having a blinder, is she? Look at her, this lady loving her netball.
An 8-4 start to this quarter from the Sunshine Coast Lightning, so really feeling the momentum swing in the stadium.
Throw in. Throw in.
So, out of court, says the umpire, throw in for the Giants. Let's just see how they manage this moment. Not well. Beautiful stuff, it's bringing the crowd alive here. Oh, the sunny coast, the Lightning hit the front again, and absolutely on cue. Julie Fitzgerald using one of her HCF tactical timeouts. That face tells a story, doesn't it?
Yeah, she doesn't look happy one little bit, does she?
Not at all.
I don't think I'd want to be in that huddle right now.
9-4 this quarter, Sharon Finn and White. That's why. And just inconsistency
Down here,
continues.
what's happened to zero pace? All right, we're walking back to the line and then thinking about defending. We get in there on zero pace and we're on every contest of every ball, all right? Keep coming to the ball, all right? What you were doing well in the first place was coming to the ball. We always had an option. Now we're into running off the ball again, all right?
The technical aspect of how she's getting the ball is coming from here. Technically, get the ball up.
Doesn't have to be limpy. That first bit's got to be firm.
Hey, even if it is turning to shit, we keep connected. Keep the voice. And we go
Take a deep breath. We keep coming towards this ball and we work even harder in defence, all right?
Here we go, deep breath in together here. When we are in possession, we have 2 offers, we have eye contact, we have voice. We'll start there, yeah? Here we go. Giants on 3, 1, 2, 3. Giants, let's go.
Oh, gee, so much to take out of that moment. Number one, Coach Fitzgerald, that is frustration in the voice. There was a real, almost an anger, like, get this sorted, girls. You can't be good in the first quarter and then just simply drop away when you have a choice to behave differently. Number 2, execute the pass, get the technicalities right. Harton said, stop throwing it from waist level and get the ball up high. It's just simple stuff, isn't it?
Absolutely, Sue. It's interesting to hear her talk about zero phase. I've actually never heard that term before. We talk about first phase, second phase. So she wants them up and off the ball defensively and just hustling them every moment they can.
Well, every time the ball's not anywhere near you, that is zero phase, dead ball time, call it what you want, but get active and get your work rate up to try and lose your player early. And that is what Julie Fitzgerald is screaming at her Giants to do. So the big question is, how do they respond? And I'm going to go down to Kira Tromp with the question that goes, does Courtney Bruce even get a glimpse on this court today?
At the moment, I think the defensive end of the Sunshine Coast Lightning are holding their position. Belinda Reynolds didn't look to Courtney Bruce during that break. She spent most of the time discussing the feeds into the circle. She thinks that pressure is coming just because they're not using the fake. So very similar message from both ends of the court. Steph Fretwell, Liz Watson and Cara Conan split off and discussed how to find entry into the circle to avoid the physicality. So a change of structure from the 3 Diamonds players down that end of the court.
All right, another intercept to Ash Irvin. So I'm going to get Sharon Finnan-White in the background and start looking up records because the way this lady is tracking.
Well, I can tell you, Sue, it's 5 intercepts right now, 3 deflections and 2 rebounds. And for a circle defender, only 3 penalties. She is such a disciplined player.
It's extraordinary. Ava Black as well has come onto the court and taken 2 intercepts. This is the future that we are watching here at the Sunshine Coast Lightning. The youngsters in Irvin and Black. And it has put the Lightning back in front. They are owning this second quarter wholeheartedly. Fretwell wants to keep moving, goes again. Quick hands from Mike.
We see a change in back play with Sam Winders entering the court at wing attack for the Giants.
4 goals the difference. And the HCF tactical timeout now being called by the Lightning with 6:20 on the clock. So we get a chance now to listen in to Reynolds. I'm sure she'll address what the target is, which is that margin of 7 come Super Shot period.
Discipline in our attack to get to circle edge before this 1-point period. In the 2-point period, we're just building that score again. It's got to be 2s and 1s. We've got to build it. Here, defenders, on the structure was good, but we left it too wide, and so they got the middle, alrighty? So we need to close that, the front end. So go back out and try and force it back to get structure again, and then eyes for the ball. When we win it, it's just too wide. Also, when there's a mini off circle edge, and there's another mini close to circle edge, shut that down. Encourage them to feed from off circle, and they're going to play front, alright? We've got them in the 2-point period. We have to beat them to the space. All right, let's go.
So Belinda Reynolds just having to deal with a bit of noise in the background. The HCF noise meter set this crowd alight. And this lady here is the talk of the town at the moment. 5 intercepts, 3 deflections, 3 penalties only. The 1 general play turnover. A couple of brilliant moments just in the last few minutes, and the Lightning have hit the front by 4. Sam Winders comes on, so is she the spark that the Giants need? Dwyer lines up. The accuracy, very important. Kira Tromp, tell me about the Giants huddle.
Really interesting, Sue. I heard a comment between Tilly McDonald. She said to Jodie Ann Ward, you've got the quickest feet in the game. Just go through and take that intercept on step. So really some confidence-building talk, but Julie Fitzgerald really wanted her defenders to have a crack. She said they weren't being aggressive enough.
Keep our eye on that one. Ball needs to be won. Lightning 13-6 this quarter. Winders, plenty of space. Good fake. Drags Irvin to the left, opens Dwyer.
I think Winders will bring that speed. I think that they've been lacking in that wing attack position. Just looking at Maddie Hay, she's only sitting on 12.5, missing net points. So let's see what Winders can do.
Well, you just hope that she's been given the message around the fake and not that 2-handed pass. She's a Kiwi, former Silver Fern, and we know how much the Kiwis love the chest pass. That's not going to cut it here against Irvin. Conan on the power 5 siren. Big rebound. Straight to Fretwell. Attacks the post. Rebound again. Conan steadies for the 1.
She's so strong under the post there, Susan. She's sitting 3rd for offensive rebounds at the moment. So great asset to have under the post.
5-1 the way of the Lightning. Giants back to the line. Lisa Maimai was out hunting.
Mahalia Cassidy in the substitution box wearing the centre bib, so we will see a change there.
So the Giants being forced here to work through this defensive structure of the Lightning, and then eventually the Lightning pay off. They force the held ball, and that is what team defence is all about. So another opportunity to push the scoreboard out. Lizzie Watson. Big workload here. There she is again.
Just there.
Strength on Sliger. Conan. Goal number 15 this quarter for the Lightning. Cassidy on now. So just keeping that energy rolling. Sliger down, Cassidy down. Space at the top. Good, strong take from Fretwell.
Absolutely. She is the playmaker out there, isn't she? She just, sticks it, and there she goes. Unbelievable.
Centre contact. This.
So you can see the confidence in this Lightning side, particularly through Fretwell to attack the post in the super shot period. We're chasing numbers. Hinchcliffe contact. 3 minutes to play out. 2 down, or 3 down they were, the Lightning at quarter time. And that's the pressure of the game on the shoulders of Sophie Dwyer. Trailing by 7. He's a long-range specialist, but pressure does funny things.
Sophie Dwyer currently sitting on minus 7.5, missing net points.
Obstruction, goalkeeper.
Clever from Fretwell. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Conan short. Powerfully up for the rebound. Back to the hands of Fretwell mid-range. Bombs again. Still Fretwell on target today. A volume of 13 already. Well, Kira Tromp, I feel like the Lightning are playing this at absolute speed. And I've just started to think they know percentage is critically important in the way the ladder could potentially play out.
Sitting at 19 goals to 7 in the second quarter. They've lifted their work rate. You can feel the tempo out on court has gone up a level, so definitely Sue.
Harton, needs it, and the captain delivers.
Lightning just looking for some options there, almost having to go back and reset.
Down again, Sliger. So since Cassidy's come on, the two of them spending more time on the wood. From a former wood, back to Cassidy, into Conan, and the finish.
The ball movement from the Sunshine Coast Lightning down that end has really picked up speed, but the first ball contest has dropped off from Jodie Ann Ward, and that's released Steph Fretwell.
Price.
Contact, goalkeeper. In those two. On the body. Step up with her.
Harton wants to get on with it. Almost rushed the shot, I felt.
In the one.
Irvin, you could just see then frustrated that she didn't actually take that rebound.
She expects herself to get them now, doesn't she?
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that she knows that's her job.
Yep.
Complete responsibility every rebound.
Sophie Dwyer just really great. They're challenging. They need everybody one-on-one.
30 seconds on the clock to push the scoreline out again further. Steph Fretwell. Well, she's had a good night's sleep, hasn't she? It's coming to life today for her. Loves playing on the home court in front of the fans and the members. Harton needed to come out into this range, just needs to go straight up and strong. That's the way Harton shoots her best super shots.
Great response from Harton.
When she doesn't have to think about it. So 7 the difference, 5 on the clock. They will have to play this, the Lightning. So it'll be straight down long. Conan! Oh, it's a contact, so she'll get the single here. Oh, gee, the Giants needed to be better in that moment. Well, look at that, the smiles on the face of Courtney Bruce. And a 23-12 quarter that was for the Lightning after trailing by 3 at quarter time. So we see how the last 30 unfolds. The Giants will get us underway with Jamie Lee Price, ball in hand, and we're going to take this moment to go straight down to the head coach of the Lightning in Belinda Reynolds. B, welcome. I have to come straight to you. I know you've got 30 minutes to play, Bruce. Were you at all thinking, I don't want to bring her on the court because of how well your defence was going?
Oh, that last quarter, they were really on fire. So, yeah, it's about the long game, Gordy. So just building combinations and, I'm excited to see what this combination can do as well. Belinda, what are you most happy with today in that first half? Oh, just our response for the first quarter. We weren't happy with our intent, so just upping that into the second quarter and hopefully carrying through with that in this third quarter.
B, just before you go, you and I are wearing the same colour jacket today, so if you pass out, I can take over.
I did notice that, Gordy. I thought we used to wear the same colours. I thought you just wanted to be matching with me.
All the best. I hope you get this one for your team. You know you're sitting in fourth. Good luck.
Thanks, Gordy. Bye.
So, Belinda Reynolds, you can see she's really enjoying her coaching time. I know her well. That's why we get the little bit of banter. But in the meantime, for the Giants, you go to their head coach in Julie Fitzgerald, 401 games. And if anyone knows how to get the Giants back into this game, Sharon Finn and White, it's Fitzgerald.
Well, it is, and she is such a formidable coach, isn't she? She's been in the game for such a long time, but it's her players now, the ones that have got to do the work out on court for her.
Well, that's not going to help in the technicalities, just the skill execution continuing to break down. Last week, the Giants had 31 turnovers.
No, set the penalty, please. Next to the centre.
Sitting at 12 at the moment, so in theory, vastly better than where they were at last week.
That is contact, please.
Taken by Ava Black.
Centre, contact. With the centre. Hold time, with the centre.
So penalty being asked to be set properly. Watson, top of the circle, lovely real estate. Conan, good hard fight between her and Ward for Conan to get front space there. Just an unbelievable example that she makes something like that look easy, and it is not.
It is not easy, not one little bit, but it's just the patience in their play. They were willing to throw it around and just wait for that opening.
That was incredible by Conan. There's the jacket I'm talking about. It's comfortable. So goal for goal early in the third. Price strong over Cassidy, and Harton strong. Gee, unnecessary, that little fake. That was an elbow.
Those holding ring defence.
Dwyer, the give and go. Beautifully moving her closer to the shot. Sophie Dwyer tracking along with 8 from 10. She's had 3 from 5 at super shot, 60%.
Jodie Ann Ward doing everything she can up on Fretwell there, just really riding her like a glove. But Fretwell, just her smarts to be able to get away from a tagging player is just incredible.
Yeah, and, oh, gee, that uncharacteristic from Conan. Didn't even touch the goalpost. I think with Ward, I love the effort, but you just can't give the penalties away at the last moment because it undoes all the hard work that you've just created.
Well, she's currently sitting on 13 penalties. Highest penalised player, to date.
Sue, we talked pre-game about Courtney Bruce fitting into this defensive structure, and we've noticed already at the start of this quarter, just the ball flying down court a lot quicker for the Giants. That one-on-one or zone defence isn't being set up as easily by the Lightning.
Scoreline back to 5, and in terms of the quarter score, 5-2.
But you're right, Kira. I think Hinchcliffe plays that real tagging role on the goal attack, doesn't she? And she was really putting that pressure on.
Well, opening the width through Watson. And then too easy. Conan just creeps in to the ball side. Her reaction time to get up for rebound when she misses on the front of the post. Very powerful, very athletic.
Great timing.
Yeah. Good fake from Dwyer. Winder's been good since she's come on. A bit of speed.
Contact, centre.
So it's the penalty, the contact. Harton, turn and shoot.
And there's that fake. More of that needed.
Obstruction. Vanish goal.
Advantage the call.
Lightning.
So there's your breakdown. Giants owned the first. Went missing in the second, and they're back here in the third. So I feel like the Lightning now have just found their rhythm in attack in this quarter. A little bit missing early. Left to play on, says the umpire, between Winders and Black.
Winders just being allowed to get lots of depth down there onto circle edge. Ava Black's really going to need to shut that drive down.
Well, Harton not there. In amongst the mess was Courtney, Bruce and Irvin. So this is where I feel like Bruce and Irvin can monster a moment. Great high release from Jamie Lee Price, gets the skill execution correct. Watson, free to push her way onto the circle edge. Is there anything the Giants' defence need to change? Because for me at the moment, that ball's going way too easy to Conan at the post.
Well, I'm thinking potentially they could drop back off the centre pass and just clog up that middle there with a bit of a zone, just to slow the ball down.
Shout it out, Sharon.
Yeah, well, I could run out onto the court.
Dwyer. So some early inroads made on this score in the first 4 minutes. Now we're blow for blow. Need to play out in the third. Conan, so no one at home in the circle. That's not uncommon for the Lightning.
I think what the Giants are doing well in defence overall is they're covering the first and the second move, but it's that third one where the Lightning are just coming out at the last minute. So you've got to be relentless in defence and cover every single move, and it's harder than it sounds.
Yeah, very well called, Sharon Finney-White. I think you're on the money there. Space for Winders. Good vision from JLP.
Jamie Lee Price still leading the miss and net points there, Sue. 53 for her, leading the way for her team.
Oh, gee, well, Ward and Fretwell. There's a collision at the top, courtesy of Ward. Fretwell hits the old wood. Familiar with that word, she is.
Got to keep remembering that she's Fretwell now, don't we, Sue?
Lots of name changes this year. Harvey Norman replay. Captures the moment perfectly. Short for Dwyer. And then the monster rebound from Irvin. Just reminding us she's still in this game. Still leading our miss and net points, but Liz Watson right behind her.
To delay, it's here. Up with me, centre.
An intentional obstruction delaying the play, so they've moved it up the court.
Yep, on Mahalia Cassidy. I was waiting to see whether there'd be any warning call, but if she's to do anything like that again, that will come. Still sitting at 5, the margin between these two. 8 at half-time it was. Bruce at the line, with for Conan. Nice change of direction, Lizzie Watson. Dwyer. Oh, gee. Was that replay ball?
From my angle, it looked like it was.
Clear catch.
This is side.
Clear catch of the ball.
I think the umpire was down on the baseline, and Watson had her back. I know. Watson had her back to the umpire.
Well, back at play. Ward goes down and almost injures her teammate, Tilly McDonald, who looks a little out of sorts at the side of the court.
Yeah, let's just get it back.
Limping back. So I'll get Kira Tromp to keep her eye on that one.
I'm not sorry, Sue. Just going to say we may see Erin O'Brien enter the court.
The thumbs up has come from Tilly McDonald to the Giants bench here, so it looks like she's right to go on.
Tactical time, Giants.
So 49 to 44, 11-8 quarter. The Giants owning this quarter so far, chipping away at this scoreline. HCF tactical timeout call by them, potentially a little bit of treatment for Tilly McDonald. Let's take a look.
We have to sustain it, right? Every single ball is covered. So if your teammate is working her backside off to cover her player, don't let them have a free one, okay? And I think too, there's a lot of work going on before the setup and the centre pass, but then we're not quite sure where they're going. So keep your eye on where they're likely to go off that first centre pass, all right? Arms again, right? Arms again. Don't be frightened to put that ball over to Jo.
I know.
But she'll stick her arm up for you. You can put it there, but sometimes it's just a deep ball, and we really just need to right? But I want intercepts, all right? Intercepts down that court.
Hey, the intensity is really good. We're going to go up in that 5-minute period. So that means more talking, more body positioning, and getting in front, shoulder in front.
Fight fit from Mark, no pop. No Mark fit from pop.
So just take that. No, but they're not. She's not jumping.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm walking through the 10% more.
This is our time now. This is when we really need to lift, all right? We're really going to push it home in these last few minutes of this quarter. All right?
Terrific energy from the Giants huddle, Sharon.
Just about to say that, Sue. They are not going to give up easy. They are coming out. They are going to fire up. We noticed the lift in intensity in their defensive effort, so obviously they want to see more.
Well, the key for the Giants is to turn the words into actions. We'll see how we go. 5:48 to play out. The Super Shot period has been intriguing so far this game. Bruce setting the penalty between a Giant sandwich.
Inside, yes.
Jodie Ann Ward had the right idea there, just moving her feet around Fretwell, but just needs to come off the body a little bit. She's getting penalised heavily down there.
Yes, the net points powered by E-Power, and Watson takes to the lead. 82 now, Irvin and Fretwell in behind. Been a bit quieter for Irvin in this quarter. And it's interesting, I'll go to you, Kira Tromp. Is that the difference of the goal defence out the front, Hinchliffe, that wears the opponent and allowing Irvin to do a little bit more of her work versus Bruce, who's a bit more free and hunting ball?
Yeah, you can see that down that end of the court, Sue. Courtney Bruce just not picking up Dwyer, not creating that pressure on the outside of the circle, so the release is there. The thing that I find interesting, it's very quiet down the defensive end of the Lightning. There was a point during that quarter where Courtney actually pulled the dress of Ash Irvin into position. So clearly a new combination where they aren't aware of where each other are.
Power 5 in play now. The Lightning take a single. You know what the Giants are capable of. Ava Black doing everything to just keep them off circle edge. Good fake, Harton. Where's the body of Bruce? Much needed from Joe Harden. And all of a sudden, the scoreline as close as it's been since the second quarter, back to 4.
Riley Batcheldor's entered the game.
So Batcheldor last week was a master, wasn't she? 4 straight super shots, 7 from 10 other than that. Played 23 minutes against the Vixens. They lost the game by 2, but she was crafty. And that's a little glimpse of it.
Contact on the arm.
So she'll get another chance here to steady and get the technique correct. Bounces up high, doesn't fall, so a big moment here for the Giants.
Absolutely, Sue. This is the moment that they need to score off every single opportunity.
You bet your pants the Lightning will try and stop this. Harton knows how important it is. Looking for some rhythm, going to take the single and then the centre pass to follow, so it could potentially be a 3-point play and put them 1 down. Incredible, they're owning this quarter 15-10. Dwyer, cross-court, Ava Black, Jodie Ann Ward. Oh, incredible stuff to keep that ball in play. And then Ava Black does everything to try and take the intercept. Somehow the Giants remain in possession. Winders, you just feel something here. Harton this time says, I'll take it on. Short, rebound. Ava Black off 1 foot.
There's another 1%er, Sue. That pick up on the circle, that's why you never come off the circle, you must stay on it.
Well, an opportunity potentially gone astray here for the Giants. Let's see how they defend the moment. Let's see how Lightning maintain possession. Cassidy, going at home again, Batcheldor out. Oh, Watson, now check the footwork when she threw that ball. It looked potentially illegal.
You know, we haven't spoke a lot about Watson in this game, and that's a sign of a player just doing their job.
Yep.
Just looking at her stats, though, great shot there from Batcheldor. Goal assist 19, 27 feeds for Liz Watson. Australian Diamonds captain out there leading the way for her team. Just rock solid.
Fretwell really strong, trying to position herself. A chance to go 2 in a row. Much needed for the Lightning.
I was going to say almost a held ball there on Steph Fretwell. She gets another opportunity.
Oh, look at the setup. 2 Giants out of play. And Steph Fretwell says, if you're going to be silly in the penalty zone, I'm going to punish you.
Frustration from the coaching bench of the Giants, just with the second shots on the super shot. All of them taken in this quarter have had a second opportunity.
A minute to play, Kira Tromp. They were 8 down at half-time. They came right back, and now have a look. 7 the difference. And Lizzie Watson. Incredible. Well, the Lightning have finished this as in similar energetic fashion as they did the second. 44 seconds, plenty of time. Watson. You say we hadn't said much about her, but she just stole the show then, didn't she?
And that's the thing, though, like, I think people viewing at home think that you have to get an intercept to start. But well done on that shot. Yep, and here they come. Here come the Lightning.
All right. They are owning it, aren't they?
Contact, wing attack, Golden!
So it's an offensive contact, 19 seconds on the clock. Sliger. Well, they're going to have to use this clock cleverly, the Giants, to come back with a centre pass. They need to score a 2 off the hands of Dwyer and then be patient.
Contact all defense.
So it's going to work out well if they can land this.
It's in the 1.
It's in the 1.
Courtney Bruce.
She just, hold on, Sharon. Sorry, my apologies. So the penalty.
Yes, so you can have it in the 1 or the 2.
Yeah, well done, Joe Harton. So let's just pick this up. Dwyer took a 2. Bruce obstructed. The umpire told her to move in and take only a 1. That's incorrect, because you are entitled to choose whether you go in a 1 or a 2. Harton took herself over to the umpire to clarify. Otherwise, that could have been a really bad moment. Anyhow, they get the 2, they get the half century, 7 the difference. They'll be disappointed because they let that go, and somehow the Lightning have been able to hold on. So this is going to play out brilliantly. Well, welcome back, and we're going to take you straight to this last minute of the game. Here's Sophie Dwyer taking a super shot, and then the call of obstruction on Bruce. And then the umpire indicates that it must be taken in the 1. And great work by Joe Harton. Walked straight over to seek clarity. And the umpire realises that the mistake has been made. And then Dwyer takes the shot in the 2. So, you know, you've always got to be switched on. And that's one thing that this lady is absolutely switched on. And Sharon Finnam-White, they're going to need that to get this 7-goal margin back.
Yeah, she's an experienced player, isn't she? And it's moments that count that she'll stand up and deliver as their captain and as their leader.
So the Giants won the last quarter and they won the first quarter. They did fall asleep in the second, and it was down this end of the court. So for the sake of their fans, I'll hope that things work out a little better this quarter. Let's get down to Kira Tromp. Talk me through all things that were happening on your side of the court.
Yeah, very energetic bench from the Giants, really ecstatic with their 1-goal win in the third quarter. They felt that they had the momentum there, and Joe Harton took the lead, as we've discussed, not only on court, she's really leading from the bench as well, giving a lot of direction to Jamie Lee Price. They want to continue to give that ball that's easy and in front and isolate the ball carrier in defence, so force the Lightning back. Down the other end, Belinda Reynolds was all heart to her team. This is their last home game in front of their home crowd, and they really want to get home the win.
I back out onto the court into centre. Cassidy in at wing defence. Bruce counting the minutes. Wayward, rebound. Well, a little tip from Irvin, but lands in the hands of Harton. Joe Harton has gone 18 straight in the 1s and 5 from 8 in the 2s. Been a good day. Bruce on back up. And on the same duties again.
Obstruction, goal attack, advantage offside.
Jamie Lee Price just doing a great job there on my. We said this is going to be a key battle to watch in commentary, pre-game commentary.
Wait. Oh, yeah, ball was out, foot was out. Ball wasn't out, foot was out. Doesn't like it, but the Giants get a turnover opportunity, and Tilly McDonald didn't have a lot to play with. That's that. Here's your Harvey Norman replay. Price threading the middle of the Lightning defence. Goes again. Harton back space, but it's over Irvin. Yeah, absolutely not the way to go. The demons of the first quarter came straight into the head of Jamie Lee Price. Why would you go over the mountain?
I don't think she had too many other options, Sue.
Well, back to the line.
Well, there is a reset option, absolutely. I stand corrected.
Sometimes players just forget about that. There's your penalties. Giants are the least penalised team in the league, but they are heavy on them today.
Contact, goal defence.
I love how Fretwell just gets on when a penalty's called, just releases the ball, don't allow the defender to stand out of play.
Missed opportunity for the Giants as the Lightning score off their own centre pass. To wait a while for it though. Price and Winders. Almost a Falcon moment. They'll land with the ball.
With her. Contact with her. Sorry.
They're just being asked to set the penalty. Winders just creeping in slightly.
Manage instruction, go defence. Manage contact
The
with
ball
defence.
speed. Not really making any inroads though.
Because you're like that, she can't move, yeah.
Well, I love that. Just, yeah, the questioning of the umpire and just real clarity and in a lovely manner, the response. A little different to the game we had in Queensland yesterday.
Sue, that contact call was because Courtney Bruce had the back of Ash Irvine's dress and was pulling her back into the shooting play there. So I think a real mixed communication happening between Courtney and Ash at the moment on court.
Now on the other end, Fretwell shaking her head and just now questioning the umpire. How did you miss that? The umpire just threw her hands up in the air and said, no, it's play on, I'm sorry. So all things happening off the ball here. We'll try and keep you amongst it as this scoreline. Now back to 5. Giants centre pass. Bruce tries to be almighty. Here's the dress holding moment. Harvey Norman replay capturing it beautifully.
Malia Cassidy just getting a little frustrated there, but she's going to need to adjust to the umpire.
Go defence. Contact, sorry.
Well, last time these sides met, 71-70 it was at the end of the game until they worked a discrepancy out in the score as Bruce gets the rejection and then the contact. And then they had to play into extra time. The Giants chipping away at the score here. Back to 4. Conan on the lead. Watson off the circle. Doesn't like the look of Fretwell in the back space. Here's your quarter breakdown. Beautiful. And a steadying shot. I feel like these next few minutes, Sharon, are crucially important for the Giants.
Absolutely, they need to do something before the two-point shot, don't they? Not just rely on the two-point shot. They need to get the turnovers now.
9:18 to play. The intensity has gone up a notch here at Uni FC.
Contact, goal defence. Outside.
Into Fretwell. Steadies the ship. Strong take Dwyer. Pressed on every ball are the Giants. Price again. Oh, gee, just moments ago in the same position with a held ball. 2 of her shooters coming in and sitting behind an impressive defence line. They need to offer something different. Outside arm from Sligo. The crumbs though. Lisa Mai first to it.
Goal defence.
Fretwell screening. Conan. Clever.
Obstruction, keep up.
So Steph Fretwell just steps up when they need her at the most important moments. And that could be one of them as the Lightning push their lead here back out to the 5 with 8:12 on the clock. And the HCF tactical timeout has been called. Do we see any changes? Let's listen in to the coach and the master words.
If we commit to structure, have a look at something and then fly and feel, okay? Let's go out for a first one-on-one. Then we fall into structure and have a look at something here, okay? Okay? So nice and disciplined in the structured moments. Let them have a fly at something. All right, discipline to get to circlers. We've lost our quick ball speed. So get your hips around, side post, give and go again. Use the proactive resets if we need to pick that ball speed up. Something.
If you can't give the ball on the 2 seconds, turn away. Don't lock in on one person. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go.
So a change in the defence end. Ash Irvin, who's been brilliant today, now takes a rest as Bruce gets moved back to her more formidable position at goalkeeper, and a fresh Hinchliffe, who had a good solid 30, ready to go. And therein lies, I guess, the luxury that Belinda Reynolds has with this bench. Ash Irvin, 82 Nissan net points, 5 intercepts, 5 deflections. Set the game up beautifully, didn't she?
Yeah, she sure did. Let's see if Courtney Bruce can come back to her old self in that goalkeeper position. We know what she's capable of. She'll come out and have a fly at anything.
Great goal defense, centre third.
Breaking the call on Ward. Ball speed is the solution, says Reynolds. Get it moving. Heard Fretwell say, don't lock in. If you haven't got it within 2 seconds, look elsewhere.
It's interesting that, Sue, because the Sunshine Coast Lightning are actually the second slowest team on average between goals. So they use the ball just as much as the Giants do. So a total change of structure for Belinda Reynolds to be asking them to push it through at speed.
Price, straight up through the middle of the defensive structure here from the Lightning. Harton pushed out. Look at the monstering of the Lightning defence around Harton. Goes again. Well, she's toying with them. That should give her team some real confidence, if not herself.
Yeah, Tara Hinchcliffe just back getting ready to put a hand up over the shot, allowing that refeed to happen.
Oh, geez. No landing space for Lizzie Watson. Jodie Ward very slow to get to her feet. So the Lightning keep the scoreboard ticking. 6:40. Oh, Cassidy!
From behind, goalkeeper.
No! Oh, it's Courtney Bruce that's created the contact and taken the moment away from Mahalia Cassidy. Well, it was terrific by the wing defence.
Maybe just a little bit more communication and vision in that. Courtney Bruce maybe could have pulled out of that one. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, so at the same time of taking the intercept, the umpire felt that Bruce contacted and blew the whistle.
Centre, contact.
For the difference, 6 to play, a minute away from the Power 5.
Instruction, goalkeeper.
Oh, doesn't it hold some intrigue?
With the goalkeeper.
Fretwell. Oh, gee! Well, she's been absolutely rock solid at the post till that moment.
That was her first miss in the one-point shot.
Julie Fitzgerald is screaming at her side. If this isn't one of the most important passages of play for them
Contact, centre, advance.
in this game. There you go, there's the scream.
Great rebound by Shelley McDonald.
So to the front space is Dwyer. Has to find her way back. Harton, not the option. And then straight into Courtney Bruce. Well, that was just silly play by the Giants, and it deserves to be punished here by the Lightning.
It was just telegraphed from Sophie Dwyer. We knew that it was coming our way.
To Watson. Back space opens up. Conan, big strong take. Power 5 siren. And gee, remember that goal, people. Dwyer Cross court with some net points. Power by E-Power, 107 with Watson.
Line instruction, send the no defense. In the 2. Oh, sorry, in the 1.
Oh, gee, make sure in the 1, not in the 2.
No defense will add in play. Then reset the penalty.
So the penalty being asked to reset. Hinchliffe on the move, must stand out of play. Joe Harton frustrated. Eventually finds their way to Dwight. Gee, this is important. Too much on it. Oh, it drops in. Oh, gee, it looked like it was gone for all money. Suncorp Super Shot drops scoreline to 3. Batcheldor on the bench. So they approach with just keeping the scoreboard ticking over. They're going to put the pressure on the hand of the Giants to shoot this out. Dwyer, straight to post. Bruce, good defensive pressure, and it's a held ball.
Great timing on that jump. She waited and waited.
Well, there is Courtney Bruce, the individual brilliance at the moments that matter most. Really good defence of the shot. Had Dwyer in all sorts. The Lightning here can take the 1. They can do it in whatever time they need, as long as they maintain possession, and it will be their centre pass. Watson, no one at home. Batcheldor now on. So the potential to attack the post with 2 super shot threats for the Lightning.
Great swing of the ball from the Lightning there, just opening up that space.
Fretwell, well, they've milked the clock beautifully through this passage of play. Good skill and execution, maintain possession. Batcheldor, oh, gee!
Oh my goodness, Riley Batcheldor, her job is to come on. She's just missed an easy one under the post.
Oh, maybe remember that goal, or not goal.
Maybe a little nerves. She can see how close the scoreline's getting.
Dwyer, the return at the other end. Well, she gets it right over the hand of Bruce on that occasion. 2 the difference. It is the Lightning centre pass. 2:24 on the clock. My. To Fretwell. Batcheldor opened up. Not used though. Back space. Well, you've got to go to the lady that needs the ball in her hand, and who else would it be? The big deep breath from Fretwell. Potentially to win the game.
That was such an important shot, Sue. Lifts the crowd.
Could be the goal of the game for the difference. Look at that. That's how tight this is. 1:44 time for the Giants, potentially to draw the game. Could you imagine that? Oh, no, Hinchliffe. Umpire says bring the penalty back. So has to set the penalty against Sligo. The Lightning here, surely experienced enough to know what to do with the last minute 15.
I think calling that penalty back would go in the Lightning's favour, just give them time to just calm, compose.
Well, there has been moments in this game in the last quarter with the potential of anything happening for the Giants. And even the Lightning have had some fleeting moments. But Steph Fretwell has done what she continues to do for this Lightning side. Stand up when it matters most. There she is, controlling this. 40 on the clock, 5 the difference. The Giants are out on their feet now. Their energy has been taken away. Sligo doing everything possible. But Steph Fretwell deserves to take another, doesn't she?
She sure does. 7 from 10 in the 2-point for Steph Fretwell.
Well, it's 14 apiece in this final quarter for the Giants. Potentially the last shot of the game off the hand of Harton. They might have opened with a quarter that won. Harton can finish with a Suncorp super shot, but for the Sunshine Coast Lightning, potentially a get out of jail last quarter. But they get away with the game. A 5-goal victory. They'll hold on to fourth on the ladder. And they finish their home season in front of a packed-out stadium here at UniSC. What an intriguing last quarter. You just felt like the Giants were coming.
They were coming, Sue, but I think what let them down is that the instructions they were given to execute their basics just wasn't coming for them.
So the smiles now eventually on the faces. Conant spent the last few minutes on the bench. They'll thank their crowd. And a bit of an unsung hero, I feel, for the Sunshine Coast Lightning today. Was without doubt in their mid-court. There's Fretwell saying goodbye to the crowd. But finishes the game with 116 Nissan net points. There's two of them over there now, Kira Tromp. You couldn't decide which one you wanted to speak to. All right, well, down to you. Take 2 stars from today's game.
2 player of the matches, thanks to Vita Wheat here. I've got Ash Irvin, an absolutely fantastic game, and Liz Watson, an absolutely stellar performance. I'll start with you, Ash. A huge match from you, outstanding from the very first whistle. You look like you were ready to play today.
Thank you very much. No, I was very excited, and it's great to have the whole defence unit back, and yeah, it was just a great game from everyone. I'm really...
Liz, an outstanding game for you as well on court. You did your job tonight. It was a stellar second quarter set up by Ash. I think that got the win. The only winning quarter for the Lightning was the second quarter, so a huge turnaround for you guys. Talk us through that.
Oh, that's not great to hear, actually, but yeah, we are looking for that 4-quarter performance, but you've got to take the wins when you get them. That was a grind. We had awesome defence pressure, and I think our shooters, especially Steph today, just backed herself and went for those 2s, which was really impressive. So it was awesome team effort.
Ash, your last home game here at UniSC Arena, the crowd was on fire tonight, and I felt they really lifted during that second quarter for you out on court. How does it feel?
I mean, it's always amazing. Our crowd over here, they always get behind us, and yeah, I think they were our 8th player today, for sure.
You've really cemented that 4th spot now on the ladder. A huge game next weekend against the Mavericks in Tasmania. What do you take away from this game that you really want to work on for next week?
Yeah, I think every game is super important for us. I guess the great thing is it is in our control. We're not relying on other teams. If we put out great performances, hopefully we're in that finals. So I think, like you said, not having those lapses in the quarter, not getting out by 8 or 9 goals and letting them back in. So little things to work on, but like I said, you've got to take all the wins you get, and we're really happy with that one.
A fantastic way to round out round 11. Congratulations to the Lightning.
Well, terrific stuff. They are our players of the match, thanks to Arnott's Vita Week, and well-deserved, the two of them. Ash Irvin setting the game up beautifully, and then Lizzie Watson just doing what she does. An absolute consistent performance week in, week out, quarter to quarter. So there's the match summary. Lightning take the win by 5, Sharon. And the penalties, the way of the Giants, which is a little uncharacteristic for them.
Yeah, it is a little uncharacteristic for them. They did their best. They were, in the end there, their defensive efforts really stepped up, but just a little bit undisciplined in the challenge, and obviously it blew out to 73 penalties.
So there you go, the Lightning victorious today, too good, and they hold on to 4th spot.